Hi everybody. Just making sure I am in. I'm not seeing the comments on my screen. Pretty sure I'm here. So I will bring up on my phone and just so I can tell that I'm here. I am in. There. It usually works best for me to bring it up on my phone and not try to even mess with anything else. I'm trying to switch over from the platform I'm using right now into Be Live because it works so well on every other platform I'm on. So I'm making some switches and changes here because I don't really like the one that I'm trying to use. Well, not that I don't like it. It's just much more complicated and I'm looking for simplicity. Good morning, Jessica. So if you see me looking down, you know I'm looking down because I'm looking at my phone to see the comments. It's the only way I can see the comments that are coming in on YouTube. I just want to come in and do a quick update of why you have not received any Zodiac videos, why there has not been any lives, why you haven't seen much of me over the past few weeks, and I'm just kind of getting back into my Facebook as well. And it was because I have been sick. Well, first I was very busy writing a book, and I got the book into publishing. So hopefully hearing back from them very soon. It will be a few months before the book actually comes out because the publishing process is not as simple as just you wrote a book and it gets published. Don't work that way. So their book is in, but I've been very sick. I've had no voice. The voice still comes and goes. Working my way back. So this is me trying to set that intention to get my ass back in YouTube and back into doing my YouTube lives again. And I will have the March Zodiac videos up for you. I will be making them over the next 2 days. I am creating every one of the 12 Zodiac signs for March for everybody. So they are in the works. They are getting done. And I've been planking my butt in this office in between clients and trying to get all the videos. And if you are not following me on Facebook, please go to my Facebook page, Corey Thorne, the Spiritual Healer. Check out my website as well, CoreyThorne.com. And if you've seen the videos in here that are the More Than Existing intro videos, that is the program that I created based on the book that I have wrote based on my life. And it's going back to the foundations, going back to the basics of life, going back to the beginning and healing the foundation, doing what needs to be done so that we can build healthy empires within inside of us, so that we don't keep crumbling down or getting half-assed somewhere and then backing down and giving up on our dreams and giving up on our lives and not really fulfilling our whole destiny, our whole life purpose. And we know we're here to do more. We're here to live as beautiful, wonderful human beings, and we often forget that. And so that program is 6 months. It's live. It's interactive. It's 6:30 in the evening. It starts Thursday. We are taking late entries until probably about 2 weeks in, so that because you can always get the recordings. You don't have to be at every live. The recordings are there, but you have a private Facebook group. You have a group where you get to be a part of something, to be a part of, a place, a safe place to share, to be together. This program, it's the joy of my world, not my whole world, my personal world is my business world, that I am very proud of this. I've already had one class of graduates of 20 women who graduated through the program, or 22 who graduated through the program and level 1, and are over half are in level 2. And you have an opportunity to take a break, come back, go into any level you want. You also have an opportunity to come back into the program if you've taken it once and you want to retake it again. And it's like for a much lesser cost to be able to come back in and redo it. And we're always offering out mentorship help and words of encouragement within the program as well, that helps you along the way. And you don't finish the program and be done. It's like you're always kept in that group. You're always kept in in that group together so that you always have an accountability place. You always have a safe place. That group is always alive and active, and I'm always in there. Maybe once a month, but I'm always in there. So hello, Danielle and Raquel. Hi. Just talking about where I've been, why I've been missing from YouTube, and how sick I've been, as all of you here who's watching know that I have been ill. And so also I have, what else do I have happening? Oh, I have a mediumship course coming up. It is an intermediate course. I will be offering the beginner course again, but this is intermediate. So if you have any experience, if you've already been doing some spiritual work of mediumship, psychic work, and you're interested in the level 2, you're more than welcome to take part in this program. That's also on my YouTube or on my Facebook page under the events. And I will be launching an angel course today. So today on Facebook in the events, I will be posting an angel course. And this course is a very inexpensive course. It's a course where I just want people to know more about how we are so divinely being taken care of, how we have the angels among us, how we have guides among us. And so this course will be an 8-week course. And so that will launch today. So I'm also coming in to give you guys a card. I have my own class to attend. I am in a bunch of business courses myself. I've been in business. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 23 years old, and it's been an ongoing part of my life. And it was one of the things that in the More Than Existing program that I had to build a new relationship was to fall back in love with business, and also to do a lot of healing work around my finances, because I did not feel worthy of the life I was living. And that blanket that you're seeing on the floor, that's my dog's bed. So it's not that my office is messy, it's that there is a dog's bed there. There's 2 little Yorkies there. You'll often hear them in my lives or in your recording or the recordings of the Zodiac. I work from my home. So the card that came up for me today was the very first card. And this card came as a new partnership. And a new partnership doesn't always mean a partner, not a romantic partner. It sometimes just means those synchronicity moments of when you meet somebody, what you say is, oh, I met somebody by chance who is making a difference in my world, or I can make a difference in their world. And it's like, yeah, no. It's not by chance. And we don't get to change people's worlds, by the way. We change our own lives. We change our own world. And so this one is what you're being told. And this is from the Daily Guidance Angel cards. These are a Doreen Virtue deck of cards. Back when Doreen Virtue was working with the angels and the guides, and yes, her life has taken a whole new path, and that's her journey. Please do not bash her. Please do not say anything bad about her. She's a beautiful, wonderful woman who's on her own journey. And it doesn't matter if we agree with her or not. This is what she has to do. And I just got to remind people of that. That just came to me. That was just channeled through. I am a mystic and a channel. I work as a psychic medium. I help people be able to heal. I pass on the messages with an intention so that you can help, so that you can start living a life of remembering to live for the people that we love. And so the card that came out was new partner. And what I'm getting from this is a sense of peace. And that the partnership I'm picking up is the partnership with yourself. Is to start, we're always searching on the outside for someone to make us happy, for something to make us happy. And talking about the programs, no mistake, that's an investment into us. And that this is, when you start to recognize through other people who come in your life, similarities in them, I have that, or I'm like that, or you start to be able, when you start to be able to have love for your weaknesses and to live in the humility with love, is that you start to even see yourself in the partnerships that were not healthy in your life. And you say, you know what? Yeah, I can see what they're saying about me as some of it being true. Yeah. I have sold myself short. I do this, but I've been doing it to myself, because the only person that I was intentionally hurting was myself, the self-sabotage that we do. And we have so many moments of our lives that once you can really get clear and you look back, is that you see the moments in your life that you self-sabotage, that you put yourself kind of into the burner yourself. You're like, you go into the flames of the fire. You have this desire to be right, the desire to do the right thing, the desire to prove somebody else wrong or to make somebody like you, and you find yourself in relationships. I'm going to prove to them that they're going to fall in love with me. I'm going to prove to them that they're going to marry me. I'm going to prove. It's like those moments is, who are you actually hurting and harming, and what expectations are you placing upon somebody else to be that for you in your life. And so pay very close attention to all partnerships in your life. Start looking at them as if you're looking at them with new eyes. Have a new perspective of what is inside of me that I'm seeing in this person that is bothering me. So what if a person's really bugging you? It's like, they get on my nerves. I don't know why I don't like them. Say, what is inside of me? What is inside of me that is playing a role in this feeling that I'm having right now? And this way we're acknowledged on our feelings. Now, real assholes are real assholes. Bad behavior is not acceptable. And you don't have to keep trying to justify why you walk away from some things that you need to walk away from. Don't ever second guess yourself there. Trust your intuition. When you have a healthy relationship with yourself, you're able to trust your own guidance system. You're able to trust your own life. Assholes are assholes. Simple. Mean people are sometimes mean because they're hurt, they're sad. They're like that scared little dog who's backing up in a corner. People that intentionally go out and cause massive harm and destruction in the world. Intentional. I don't mean they have a different view than us. I mean intentionally go out and destroy the world. Those people, there's probably not a lot of you. And if you can understand them, then that's kind of, it might be something really sad within ourselves. But that desire to be that level of power is not something that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the everyday people within your life that we have, or that teacher who was annoying in school, or that person with the annoying voice, or that person that you just keep trying to push yourself into their lives. And that includes narcissists. And in my book I write about, we all have a little bit of narcissist inside of us. We all do, but it doesn't mean we are narcissistic. That word has been so overused and abused that it takes away from people who are truly trying to move themselves out of abusive relationships with people who have that kind of control. So be careful of the words, but recognize that we have our own level of our self-centered reasons why we keep staying so focused on what we want and our own desires to be that. And what does it say about us? And then the second card that I pulled for us today is family. And I just got that song, We Are Family. Can't sing, but I'm going to try. And it's like, and this is the sense of what I'm picking up is that rooted sense of how important family is, but how important boundaries are as well. I have my own experiences with this. I do have a family that is right full of stories. I told them, thank God I had them to give me the books that I've gotten to write. And so and so we all have family dynamics. We all have things within our family. And when you can look at your family with love, and you look at each one as a human being instead of the roles that they played, you can have a level of compassion for them to look back at their lives and say, well, they were young, they were that human. What did they experience within their lives? What did they go through? And this card's coming up as family, and I feel as if there's some family blessings coming in. I feel there's some times of when family's going to have to come together. I was picking this up a little bit in my angel course last night that I was teaching, that there is some kind of really rooted, grounded reasons of why there is some family members that are going to have to come together, to make a change in their lives, or to support each other, to work together, because I feel as if we're surrounding somebody in the family. Somebody in a family is going to need support. And support means when you come together to help a family member who's sick, who's going through some challenges, doesn't mean you all get there and you all bring up the nasties of the family. It means we put our hearts and our mind in the same place. My computer screen just went woof to the side. Everything just went blank. I guess I have somebody here with this message coming through loud and clear. Good morning, Amanda. And so I think what I'm getting here is that there's a family member who's going to be not well. And I don't know if this is somebody in here watching right now, this is later, or this might even be for myself, who knows. But this is a family member who is ill. And I do pick it up. I almost feel like it's female. And this is in love and light. This is not in any way of to fear anybody or to live in fear of. But what you're being told is that when this happens within your family dynamics, that you're all being asked to come together, leave your garbage at the door. Leave your garbage and your bullshit at the door. And leave the family past at the door. It doesn't mean it's being forgotten. It doesn't mean it's not alive. But what is needed is love, support, and commitment to send loving, healing thoughts out into the universe. And that there's something to be learnt and healed in the family dynamics in this moment that is going down, that is being experienced. And in between all that, there's some blessings coming in, like the birth of a new child. I have a granddaughter on the way, by the way. I'm so excited. I can't even, I'm like, she's so beautiful. We have the 3D picture of her and she's so beautiful. But in, the fated things of life have to happen. And we can't avoid them. They're there, they're real. And so I'm being shown that there is a fated moment, but I'm also being told that you're surrounded by the loved ones on the other side, that there is some great, powerful, beautiful energy from the other side coming in to hold everybody safe, and that you don't need to understand why is this happening. Well, we all have to experience this stuff, and it doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make it anything that we want, but it makes it real, and that it's really happening. And so, thank you, Amanda. And hello, Mary. And so the situation feels very rooted, and it's a very emotional time. Lots of emotions are being rising up. So just know that when this all happens, just come together with love. No judgment, no nothing. Just come together with love. And I'm also drawing out the acceptance card, but I had a thought before I got the acceptance card. I have a thought, and I don't know where this thought comes in or why this thought comes in. I got gnomes. I got a yard full of gnomes, like little statues, like a yard, somebody who would have had a yard full of like loved trinkets in their yard, like butterflies. No, Danielle, I just told you, don't add fear to it. Let it go. Let it go. Just like Elsa. Let it go. And so I'm seeing someone's yard that has every freaking trinket in the world. You can have little gnomes, those butterflies on the little spinny things, or this could be even at a grave site that's just like so full, chock full of these things and flowers and like crosses and like, I was like Mardi Gras mixed with beautiful creation all in one yard is what it looks like to me. And I'm just seeing this woman walking through this yard, and she's like wiping her hands, and she tells me that she didn't get, I don't know if she got to have a full garden here or if she had a full garden, but she's telling me that there is She's telling me you don't have to like somebody who's coming into the family, but you have to accept them because it's not your decision or choice. And I don't know where that comes. You don't have to like them, but it's not your decision. So let go of your ego that you ever think that it's your decision. Don't know where that comes in or who's that for. But I have the power of 3 also surrounding this, and I had this all last night too, that the power of 3, that it's like the 3 sisters, and they're always like, one is bossier than the other one, or like, I just feel like it's like that whole, like, I'll tell you all how you're going to feel, and I'm going to tell you all how you're going to live your life. And it's like, no. You have to accept that you're not all alike, even though you're from the same bloodline. But you have to let go of any old thoughts that no matter who the person chooses, it's wrong. And you have to set yourself free of getting involved, because your own life matters. And it has to be your life. And this card comes right back to what I was talking about earlier, when I was talking about in the very first card with the partnership acceptance. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. So say thank you to the people who have challenged us. You don't have to let them back in. Say thank you to the people who have judged you. Say thank you to those people and push forward, push on, have the relationship with you. And by not getting involved in everybody else's drama is starting to take back your worth and value. By staying out of this, and I always say, you get addicted to drama. I have a mother who's addicted to drama, and did I just say that out loud? Because she's going to be like, you're talking about me. But she does. It's like she's happier when there's suffering and struggling. Like, I don't know. It's just how some people are, and it's like just not being able to live in peace within their hearts, within their lives. And when you find that peace in your life, don't go outside looking for trouble again. Stay in the peace in your heart. Let everybody else deal with their own lives. Do what they need to do for them. Pretty much none of your business. Your family too? I can't. Yeah, no. Don't get involved, Amanda. Stay out of that shit. It is so not worth getting involved in. And then we have Cupid. And then we have love. And this feels like the essence of pure love. Like, we are loved in so many ways. So it's like we're being sent love today. We're being sent love, but we're also sending out love. Send out love into the universe. And you're clear. And so I'm going to read this card because I love this card. We send out great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. So this is all about the relationship with you. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. So it's that relationship with ourselves today, and kind of starting to romanticize about the life that you can have by feeling worthy and valued, and even the relationships that are in your life, you truly fall back into. And some people are just kind of falling in love. Poor me syndrome in my family. Yes, the victimhood, right? The victimhood. Everyone does us wrong. And we often see that. You often see that in a lot of situations. You're speaking to me today? Yeah, Jess. Right? It's like this resonates to a lot of families, to a lot of lives. And so so Amanda, that whole sense of those poor me, it's such a conditioned belief system. It's such a conditioned way to be. It's like it just passes on for generations. And we don't realize, even when we hate it, how much of what we carry in our own lives. And it could be so much as the anger we carry towards it, and how we try so hard to be anything but that. And it's like, when we're trying so hard not to be it, instead of trying so hard to set it free from our hearts, is that it causes us more anger and frustration. So focus on setting yourself free of it altogether, rather than allowing even the frustration of it to even come into your life. Because it is powerful, powerful, powerful. So by making a choice to choose to come over into love, I send them all love. I wish them all well. But I'm done now. I'm done. So I'll tell you how Felicia's there. Yes, Amanda. Own your stuff and find love and happiness. So in my book, I talk about the very first statements of my book. It's about taking ownership and responsibility. I am responsible for what is happening within me today. We cannot control what is happening on the outside. Only what's in our environment. But we cannot control what's happening in other people's lives. But we are responsible for what's happening inside of us. So in the very last chapter of my book, which was not a planned chapter, the book was done, and I had a message in the morning telling me to push further. Push yourself. This book, you wrote this, and it was comfortable to write this. It was uncomfortable to get into the stories and not want to have a rant. I have to tell you, it was like my human ego sometimes was like, I just want to rant, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, that's journaling. This is telling the story from where I am today and looking back through the stories. And so when I thought I was done, I had this message, push yourself, Corey. Push yourself. There's deception here. You are deceiving yourself of a truth that you don't want to face, which was in the very first statement of my book. What if I have to face a truth that I don't want to have to deal with? And then I wrote a question. I guess we'll have to see. Well, chapter 16 showed me of my book, of how I was still even deceiving myself because I was still holding on to the pain and suffering, even though I'd done my healing, because I didn't want to hurt the feelings of anyone else. So I would swallow back and eat up so many things so that I would not tell, so that I wouldn't hurt anybody else. How I feel about them is truly true. The truth of some of the stories, because everything is a lie. Everything in life is a lie. It's like because we tell ourselves the versions that we want to hear or the versions we want to live that'll make our lives comfortable. And so what makes our life comfortable, and the true truth was that I had to give my anger a voice. And I really had to give my anger a voice of love, because what would have to be said would not be able to be said, and it wasn't for the world to hear, it was for me. And it was when I gave that anger a voice of love, I could convey those messages without attacking, without belittling, without blaming anybody, but saying, this is me, this is how I felt, this is what it did to me. And everything changed. And so in the book, when I write about this, it writes about my meeting of Jesus, and how I had to put the cross up on the crown of thorns upon his head. And I always told the story of that I had placed that crown. In reality of when I went back, when I had to go real deep and push myself further, I was still holding the crown because I didn't want to place it on his head, because I didn't want him to feel any pain or suffering more than what he's already been carrying. So I am a person who would carry pain and burden. So everybody that I was even working with and healing, I would hold on to everything that I could and stay so attached to them. And if they messaged me at 2 a.m, I'd wake up and answer that message out of fear of them having to hurt, that I would take that on. It's not for us to take on. We all have to release our suffering and pain. And when I could finally see that, when I could recognize how powerful deceit really is, and the stories and the lies and the truth that is told that makes life comfortable from the deceit, how powerful it is to let it go and surrender it over. But to look at every one of those people as, I could see why they told those stories. It was too painful for them to speak a truth. It was never for me to dislike or to not like. It was the fact that I can see that for them, but I don't have to carry that for them. That is not mine that's not my burdens to carry or to release. I have to release my own, and I have to set them free to release their own. And in time, people will. But we can't force people to change. You can't force people to change. Compassion. Yes, exactly, Amanda. You can have compassion and send love. You don't have to sit in the misery. And so the whole program that I teach, the whole More Than Existing, really is from a place of looking in with a new perspective. It's about, we look down at the foundation, you're all okay, but recognizing the power of our past having on us and how it still plays roles in our lives. Even when we have a desire to always convey our messages, like, it's like me as a healer, and people say, well, you should be able to heal your whole family. So I have no desire. Not my job. And it's like, if I get downloaded with a message, I used to want to run off and tell my family this beautiful message. And you start and they look at you and they'd walk away. And my heart would be hurt that, that they weren't listening to me. And it's like, I was speaking to the wrong people. You speak to people who want to hear what you have to say. They have to do, you can't fix them. And so I can have love and compassion and kindness and go back and do the work that needs to be done and stop having a desire for everyone to live in butterflies and unicorns, because it's not going to be. So, I got time for one more card. And because it's all women in here, good Danielle. Like, yeah, you can love her and not be in the situation. Love and not be in the situation. So, I have to chuckle at this, and I'm like, it just came to me. So I have this beautiful client who says to me, she says, you told me a message, and I believed you were, I said, Corey is broken. That's not true. That's not it. And this is how we deceive ourselves in life. And I was like, I chuckled over this. And how 2 years later she comes back and she says, holy fuck. I know I'm swearing in YouTube. They're probably gonna be keeping my video held back, but and she's like, oh my God. And I said, yes, exactly. It's like, it's that whole sense of we don't want to see yet. You don't want to see, and so not until you're ready to see do you get to see. So because you've done a lot of work, and then you're ready to see, so say thank you for the door that closed and start being curious about the doors that are over here on the other side, over on this side. Look over into the place of love and light and what doors over here, because the doors that closed over there closed for a reason. And no matter how good they are, sometimes they have to close. And so, love this. Love how this is all coming together. So this is the divine. I'm going to show you the cards because I'm in love with this deck of cards. And it's a deck of cards that I don't read the books as per se. I get channeled messages. So I don't read the messages from the book unless I'm doing my own. The Divine Feminine is the deck of cards. They are by Megan Watterson. Amazing cards. Amazing. And so the card that comes up is Sarada Devi? I don't even know how to pronounce half her names. She's the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. When you send love, you move away from judgment. Our family, our friends, the people in our lives, any of those places, or anyone else who's in our industry that we, oh my God, they're going to take my business. Not freaking possible. When we can free ourselves of that level of judgment and come from love, everything in our lives unfolds in a much more beautiful way. Fated has to transpire. We don't get to avoid the human journey, and we don't get to avoid the things that happen in the human journey, but we get to choose while we are here, because thank God we were blessed with free will. We get to choose the light and the dark, and we get to choose. We don't get to choose most of the pain, but we get to choose allowing ourselves to stay in suffering for our whole lives and misery, or rising above it and choosing to live a life of love and working towards, not saying we're going to have every day is going to be a good day, don't get me wrong, not every day is a good day for me, but it's about working towards living in a life that we can actually say, I'm living for those who didn't get the opportunity to live. I'm going to show them the joys and wonders of life while I have the opportunity to breathe, to see life this way. And that includes sometimes coming together as a family and leaving everything else behind and seeing the joy and the wonders that are within this world. So before I leave, I'm going to give you, when we pick this card, hold on. They're not numbered. That's my only problem, is they're not numbered. And I get why they're not numbered, but So this card, the Divine Mother, unconditional love exists within me. And like I said, I'm responsible for what is happening within me. Remember that today. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. When your soul selects her card, beloved by all her disciples, unconditionally and equally, in her teaching she emphasizes that there is no such thing as a stranger. She encouraged her devotees to understand that everyone we meet is actually a part of us. You can't make this shit up, man. And is connected to us. And that if we want to experience true peace, we need to own the fault and judgment that we project onto others. We need to see our own faults and forgive them with love. Sarada Devi whispers gently to us, no one is a stranger, my child. This whole world is your own. So if something keeps showing up in the people we meet, in the relationships that we are cultivating, she asks us to meet them from within us, meaning the aspects of this other person that might be causing us pain and frustration, or just plain aversion. These same aspects exist within us. Unless we are willing to really meet with these aspects within us, the universe will keep presenting them to us in our relationships. And it is not to piss us off, it's to free us. It's out of a deep love for us to fully heal. The goal here is for us to love ourselves fiercely from within, without judgment or shame, or where we are in the moment. The goal is to let us mother ourselves with unconditional love. That's the only love that will quiet those harsh, critical voices within us, so we can stop wasting our time mirrored in judgment of others or ourselves and get on with being the perfectly imperfect light that we are. My version, it's kind of written in my book, and I'm like, you can't make this up. This is exactly as the first cards came. These are all connections to the divine. My channel, how it's connected to the divine. It is the message of today. It's the message that resonates with so many people, is that everyone that's in our lives are a reflection of us. This whole world becomes a reflection of us. What do you want to reflect out? When it starts with healing us, go inward. Go inward. And so, be the light. Be bright. Be not afraid to go inward. And the first chapter in my second book, Beyond the Reflection, which is also not out yet. It's getting ready to go to editing, so hopefully it's soon going to editing. Is the sense that it's not the mirror that you look in your house. It's the mirror inside of your heart. It's what's behind the eyes. Look deeper. You are here to be a human. You're here, the spirit of us, it's already perfected. It came to have the human experience. The God consciousness, the golden light, could have stayed out in heaven, sitting comfortably doing whatever heaven is. It made a choice to explode and boom, come into every one of us as if we get to be all these little golden lights, broken imperfectly in these pieces, to then evolve like snowballs. And it's like we either become the white little light, we become that part of that white light, or we start picking up the particles of the darkness and start becoming dark. Up to us. Up to us. Hold on to your truth and walk in your light. Yes, Carol. Yes, I'm in a new direction. After the book was done, and during my sick days, I moved the desk. I moved my desk all the way around, cleaned out some stuff, took out my whole altar, removed my altar, put that downstairs, and took off the altar altogether, and I built myself a new little altar. And on it, there's 2 of my wands that were blessed to me by you, Carol. And I can't remember the lady who makes these. You're going to have to put that on my website, or on my Facebook page and here, because I don't remember. And then I pointed them together, and I brought in the 2 Mother Marys. There's one up on the top, one down here watching over us. And there's an angel watching over us. So the angels have truly landed again. They have not that they ever left us, but we have been asking for help, and they are reaching out to us, and they're here. And they're here to help us to cut our bonds and ties and cords to a past that is no longer serving us. Live in your light, live in the love within, and be the best that you can be. And it's about really returning to that childlike energy of us, as if we're being reborn and we get to start over. Time to build that beautiful relationship with you. And the card that comes out from Archangel Michael was innocence. And this is a prayer that I'll give you to end the day. Dear God and angels, I really can't see these cards. They're really hard to see. Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see that all your qualities of pure love and light are reflecting within me and all others. Help me embrace my God-given innocence so that I may be at peace. Holding a little puppy dog. So this is the beginning again. It's a rebirth. It's a start over. Return to the basics. Return to the innocence of you. Love, laughter, joy. Before you got conditioned, before the world start conditioning you to be anything but trusting, living in awe of the beauties and wonders of the world. Go there. Much love. Thank you. I now have to go to school myself. So off to class I go, and it's for my teachable part of my life. I have an online school that's being built up right now. So that's actually why I'm in school. I'm learning about this, some of the business aspects of this. But I have an online school that we are creating with a beautiful angel on earth who's helping create this. And we're hoping to launch it by no later than April. I'm making the videos and recording. There's going to be a lot of free classes and stuff in there as well, along with paid things. But I look forward to being able to put that out into the world. Jessica, the power of the angels. It's really just this morning I cut cords and asked Archangel Michael some guidance, and here it is. Right, see, Jess? It's like you just can't make this up. They're here. They're here to help us. Because when we make a choice to help ourselves and make ourselves a priority, everything starts to unfold, as my Yorkies are. See them? Rolling around. Much love. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm really, really hoping to get back in here on a regular basis. Like I've always keep saying this, I'm going to make it here. Life has really tested and challenged me with illness and sick and everything else, and yes, I wrote a book. So if you want to book a personal reading with me, CoreyThorne.com. Later today I'll go add all that in the bottom. If you want to watch the 3 free intro videos to the More Than Existing program, they're right here on YouTube. Go into the playlist, you'll see the intro video that has the testimonials, and then you'll see 3 more videos. They are free and they're there for you to watch, and then all the other information is down below. So much love. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Bye.